Hello, fellow Kerbonauts. This is Neppy and episode number 2 of my space program. Last episode, I promised to go to the moon, or to show you the guys on the moon, so that's what we're doing. We're just in for, I think it was the first landing on one of those anomaly sites. The fine print mod adds some more contracts, and I guess this anomaly is from it as well. So you basically get the mission to check out some weird data you received from the moon, check some anomalies with a rover. So you can either send a rover, an unmanned rover here, or you go with your Kerbals. This is Jebediah. I didn't want to take too much food with us, so I'll just get this one down. You can see there's a lot of science, and we're just taking the science here. Click through all of that, the seismometer and the gravitoly detector and the science junior and the mystery goo, and these ones are the some bio thingies, biomass mod, I think it is. So here you see me getting ready the rover. I disabled the RCS thrusters just for maneuvering in orbit. I needed that because there's some docking as well. So let's try to get off this rover. Okay, control from here and firing the RCS. Oh, yep, it's moving. It's moving, nice. And you can see me already messing up here, not thrusting enough, and oh no. We're tumbling, and now of course I'm thrusting wherever, why, and yeah. Actually, nothing broke. So, as this was, I don't know, try number 3, I decided to just leave it here. Nothing broke. The whole thing is fine. So, okay, cool. Rover on the moon. Now let's get out Jebediah to grab the science, put it in. Oh no, we're falling off. Boing. Oh, we already took the science as we see the flag there. Tumbling over to the rover. We wanted to drive rover. You know, science is not that important. Not for you to watch all of it, but the rover. Okay, let's get on and check those. Oh, it's a little wobbly. Get these anomalies. Where are those anomalies? Okay, so I realized while landing here, my rover already checked all of the signs and the anomalies, and I don't actually need to drive around with the rover anymore. It's fine, I'm done with that mission. I already earned my rewards. Yay, finally. What, finally? I didn't even realize that I did it. Some people that watch very carefully may have seen just after landing in the upper left corner a note that I completed this mission, that I checked the anomalies and I found it. So I decide to drive around with my rover, as I already brought it, and yeah, checking out this nice ridge, and oh, what the hell, I just go back. First, yep, and here we are, back at the spacecraft, getting in, sorry, getting all the science out. And now we need to attach the rover. At this time I didn't have the remote tag installed yet, so I didn't need a radio connection, communications network connection to attach it to drive this thing around. And yeah, dancing around a little bit and dancing, and we're docked. Beautiful. So you may have seen that this thing has some weird construction. Yeah, I didn't attach the whole fuel lines right, and oh, we realize we landed with the last bit of fuel. The fuel lines are attached to the batteries on the structure elements, so they're not feeding the outside tanks. That means I have to pump in manually. That's what we're just doing here. We're refueling, and this spacecraft is already and also equipped with kethane mining devices and a kethane converter. So before I went to the moon, I had a kethane probe scanning the whole planet for kethane spots, and building the spacecraft to actually go to those spots and be able to mine the kethane and continue the whole trip, not run out and or just have one landing and then go back to the moon. No, I have to Kerbin. I'm sorry. I have a space lab in here in the whole in orbit around the moon, and this vehicle is supposed to land close, or is to go up to or land on the moon, collect the science, go to a different spot, collect more science, and that's what we're just about to do. I decided to go to those craters there to collect more science because there is a kethane spot right next to it. So after getting the science, I'll drop over to the kethane spot and mine some kethane, refill my fuel. That's at least the plan. And then fully fueled, and we lift off, turn over roughly in the direction we need to go over to those craters. Well, it's working out pretty fine. I'm getting there quite good, pushing the orbit there, and in the craters I decided I want to go a little further because all what I fly before I don't have to use the Delta V later to get to my kethane spot. So yeah, when in orbit, when they dock, after they have all the science taken, the two other Kerbals that I of course have there, it's Bill and Bob. They are in the science lab and they can reset all my science experiments with which just, some you can just use once when you take out the data or transmit the science. You can't use it again, so I'm resetting it with this nice lab in orbit. But now we're coming in on the craters, hoping to have a really nice smooth landing. As you can tell, it's 4 times time acceleration usually that I'm showing, so you don't have to watch through all that boring stuff. Okay, so coming in here very, very carefully, landing in all those craters over craters over craters, but it's nice rough area. So I'm watching carefully my shadow coming in. You can see that I have the data on the right on the flight engineer, the surface data, and you can also see how the Delta V is going down. The shadow is coming up. We're moving with a nice 6.5 meters per second, and braking maneuver, braking, yep, pushing the thrust a little up, 2 meters per second, 1.5, 1 point, and touchdown. Very nice. In the middle of the crater. It's a nice crater actually. Okay, so of course I wanted to show nice panels, but I don't need them, and as I want to get Jebediah out to actually collect the science, I'd rather not have the solar panels out. You already saw what happened when I got out the first time. Yeah, so the biological system testing, Midland Crafter, calibration, seismic probe. Okay, and we'll do this because we already have seismic data. Temperature scan, collected recorded temperature, and get him out to get the science out. Yep, take it out and in because you can store 2 same reports, not the same reports, but 2 crew reports, for example. If you take them out and put them in, then you put them into storage kind of, and so that's what I'm doing. What I'm doing now, I'm just flying around, picking up some data. No, we're falling, and getting to the rover, picking the data out there, tumbling back. Oh, we moved the spacecraft. It's very easy to move. So yes, let's plant the flag. And what do we call it? Midland Craters looking for a text, and Jeb visited another awesome crater. Oh, site. Awesome site. And apparently we're very poetic here. Poetic. But it's just another crater. Fun though. Okay. So, yeah, you know, we all like to mess around in Kerbal Space Program. You look in such a sky for carbon and take the surface samples and yeah, jump around a little bit. He looks kind of shivery, I don't know, interesting. Okay, so we decide to get back into our spacecraft. Probably first take all the signs out and yep, bye bye. And I was looking, where did I put the signs with? Okay, let's take this one. Where did I? So flying over to this. You know, that's basically what I do at every single landing site. I collect the data, I'll get him to take it out, put it in a capsule, and then we're flying to the next spot. You know, that's, I want to visit every single biome on the moon and take every data I can get with a, yeah, let's say standoff technology or the progression of that I had at this point, because of there are, you know, some data's already transmitted, and so I gained quite a few science points from this mission already. But you know, this is always a bunch of science I get from every site when I land with this thingy here. So it's cool, you know, I'm gonna get a lot of science, and I have quite a few sets now. I think at this point it wasn't so much, but you know, we'll see how we go, and when the time progresses. So now I'm pumping the fuel. I need to pretty much directly and really adjust how much I'm having to be balanced. And you can see me looking around there, checking for the levels of fuel, and I was calculating how much I need in the single fuel tanks or how much I can get into the different fuel tanks. So I'm pumping around here and pumping there, and always getting about 45 units into every tank, more or less the same all. And okay, saving, of course, very important. And then you will fly a little southeast, yeah, to this to this spot with Kethane to mine it, and will lift off beautifully from that craters. And as you can see, we're pushing the orbit just over to those little craters there, so we'll be in the middle of the, yeah, land in that crater, why not, to be right in the Kethane spot when we're there, to fly in. Oh yes, rather beautifully. No flight computers. Okay, let's get out again. Let's see it from the outside. Yes, of course, braking, and then maybe, yep, we'll just stay here. It's gonna be a little too ridgy over there, I thought, and so I decided to land here, which might have been not the best spot, but you know, whoop, we make it down, no problem. Just another landing, getting out the power units, getting out the drills, pushing it in, and yes, we got Kethane. It's running beautiful, and no, I didn't want, I wanted to activate the rocket fuel. Yes, and now we're pumping. So let's have a look what's in orbit. Well, we repump. Oh no! After we pumped the fuel, refilled the whole thing, we decided to go up and skip all of the, I wait for the orbits matching, and you know, we're already coming up on our little station in orbit. I realized, oh wait, there was some fuel left, some docking port, because when I switched the mods, or not really the mods, but the versions of KSP, then I needed new life support, or it was life support. The tag life support changed a little bit, and yeah, I need more oxygen, so I sent up this little life support module with enough food and oxygen and whatever. But you know, now I needed to get the tank off, the fuel off to actually match this vehicle with it. You can see them there in the distance. It's blinking, or this spot is just to help me find the right docking port. That's why I put it off for a second, so you can see the spacecraft with a distant object enhancement mod. It's really nice. You can see flares and the object further out than just the 2.5 kilometers. The game will still load it at 2.5 kilometers, but you see it before. The mod is putting a picture of it more or less in the game, so you have it. Okay, so we're coming up. We're docking it nicely, very slow. In real life, I think it would be even slower if they dock to the ISS. It takes a while. So we can be grateful to have the advantage of time acceleration in post-editing. So we're coming up here, getting in very close, like 40 meters left, 30 meters left. We're coming in 20, getting down to less than a meter per second speed, half a meter per second, and breaking down very to just smoothly. We're getting in. You can see 0.1 meters per second, and the magnetic forces are there, and we're docked. So with this, I'll leave you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. And yeah, see ya.